I just looked down on the floor and I saw what I thought, oh, these must be corn on the cobs and things we're going to make for the cookery item later. But actually, coming up the stage soon, Dr. Ranj has got pictures of poo, which is sort of like an identity lineup of spot which poo is nearer to yours, and he'll tell you if that's good or bad. So here he is. This is the first topic in our little health section here, and it's a tricky one often to discuss, not only if you're an adult, but also if you are a child, and the way to reach children is to maybe sing about it.
Where does your poo come from? Why does it stop? Stay in your bottom and not make a plop. Plop. Where does your poo come from? Why does it stop? Stay in your bottom and not make a plop. Don't squeeze or strain or do it in a rush. Soon you will be finished, then you can flush. That's better.
And it's going to climb the charts as well, take my word for it. Wow.
I love it.
Poo, where do we begin? At the bottom and the top?
Well, it's a bit of a squishy subject, I think. And like you said, it's difficult to discuss, isn't it? But the important thing to remember is that up to 30% of children have a problem with constipation.
Why?
It's lots of different reasons. A lot of it is diet, lifestyle, how much you drink, how much you exercise. But the problem is that once children get into this cycle of not pooing, and then when they do go, it's uncomfortable, it's unpleasant, they don't go the next time, and they get caught up in this vicious cycle.
It's the painful poo when they're little, especially your potty training, and then they just refuse to go, and you can't make them.
That's it. And for a kid, going to the toilet is a solitary, boring process. They don't naturally want to go because they're left alone to do it. So we've got to kind of encourage them, make it a bit more of an attractive process, I suppose.
What about parents' responsibility?
You've lost me there. I don't know
training.
how you make going to the loo an attractive process.
There's things you can do.
No.
There are.
Things you can
Lots of games you can play, talk about it, sing a song.
Sing a song.
Is it that we don't talk about it to children? So you've got to make it just an everyday, natural thing. We all talk about it. Take them with you, maybe, if you're going...
Absolutely. I mean,
yeah,
some people might want to do that, but I think it's about normalising it, about making pooing a normal routine process. So just even simple things like putting your children on the toilet just after breakfast for 5 or 10 minutes, even if they don't have to go, gets them trained, gets them into this routine.
You mentioned liquids, and I think it's very important to point out, people think that certain fizzy drinks are liquids and squashes and that sort of thing, but not all liquid is the same. It has the same effect.
In fact, liquid is important because it keeps things soft, it keeps you hydrated.
We're talking about water specifically, aren't we?
Well, you can... Fruit juices, fruit purees, that sort of thing are very good. Prune juice traditionally has been used, and it's all about trying to have enough fluid and a bit of fibre in there to try and keep things soft.
Can we have a look at the poo ID then, the various poos?
I was just going to come on to this is called the Bristol stool chart, developed in the 90s, also called the My Chart, and it shows the range of poos that one might expect to have. So ranging all the way from the hard sort of separate lumps right down to the basically
diarrhea.
So on that scale,
diarrhea.
what is the good poo?
The good poo is this one over here, number 4. It's smooth, it's sausage-like, it's soft and squishy. That's what I tell kids. Again? Number 4 is that one just there. The more constipated you get, you end up going towards number 1.
What you don't want is number 3 poo, which is like a sausage but with cracks on the surface. Very important bit of that. But incidentally, do you see type 1?
Yeah.
Do you see your small hard lumps there, which you're talking about? Top one, the very first one there, that one there. Does that mean...
No, that one on the left.
That one's type 2 there. Type 1 is that one.
Okay. I know what poo I'm talking about.
That's the
Can I just ask you a question about this one? Does that mean that all rabbits are then constipated?
No, rabbits are different... Rabbits actually poo twice. They poo once and then they eat it again and poo again.
And it looks like that?
And it looks... Well, these look like Maltesers. Rabbits look more like pellets.
So if you poo like a rabbit, you are in trouble.
So if we now know... So it should be a smooth sausage shape. It's a normal, healthy poo. Yeah. So if it's not like that, what do you do?
Well, it depends which way it is. If you're tending towards constipation or your child is, the important thing to do is first and foremost make sure your diet's got lots of fruit and fibre, lots of fluid in there. Secondly, get a routine, make sure you try and go every day. Thirdly, try and make going to the toilet as less boring as possible. So give them activities to do in the loo, talk to them, you know, play games with them while they're on there. And finally, if things are really, really bad, there's always medication, so you can approach your doctor and get things called softeners, first of all. That's the main thing we should be using for children. It makes poo soft because, as you can imagine, if you give a child a laxative and they're trying to pass a rock, it's going to be extremely painful.
Yes.
Can I ask you another question? When this happened to me when I was a child, I always remember my dad used to massage my tummy.
Yeah.
Almost do that. Would that have had any effect?
Absolutely. Especially good for babies, really. Babies that are constipated, and some of the ones that are on formula milk can tend towards constipation. So massage of the tummy of young kids and babies can be really useful.
And should a child be having a poo every day? Or, you know, if they're not necessarily going every day, but maybe once every other day, is that considered constipation, or is that just a cycle that some people have?
It's tricky. Not one rule fits everybody. Every child is different. Some people go every day, some people go several times a day, some people only go a few times a week. I would say it depends on what's coming out. So if when you go to the toilet it's hard and it's uncomfortable, you're constipated.
OK. Well, here's what's coming out now. This is the 60-second surgery.
With summer just around the corner, it's natural to want to get our children outside in the sun. But many parents are unknowingly risking their children's health with inaccurate information about sun protection. One of the most common misconceptions is that children do not need to wear sunscreen on cloudy days during the summer. In fact, it's the UV rays, not the temperature from the sun, that does the damage. Clouds will only filter these rays, they won't block them, and some will still get through. Some parents skip sunscreen to ensure that their children get enough vitamin D. However, giving them a diet rich in vitamin D and going outside regularly for a matter of minutes around the middle of the day without sunscreen should be more than enough. Playing, swimming and taking off clothes can all rub off your sunscreen. Even all-day sun protection needs to be reapplied every 2 to 3 hours. Remember, sunscreen expires, so write the date of purchase on your bottle and change it every year.
Now, sun and children is something that all parents worry about because we're so aware of the dangers. The first thing is, you're always told to put the sun cream on before they go out. So why is that, and how long before you go should you be applying sun cream?
Ideally, you want to make sure you're protected before you go out and get exposed. So about 15 minutes before you go out is fine.
Just to let it soak in.
It's just to let it settle down, and it takes time to apply it as well. So if you're going to apply it properly, make sure you use the right amount, make sure you've got the right SPF and the right UVA protection, 4 stars at least. And when you're putting it on, use, you know, for small children, it's about 3 tablespoons. That should cover most of their face, arms and legs.
3 teaspoons.
Sorry, teaspoons, that's it. For adults, it's probably double that, I would say. But I can show you a little bit here as well, actually. The thing about sun cream... Oh, that's a lovely noise.
We're back to the poo item again.
The thing about sun cream is that don't rub it in too much. It's about creating a layer on top of the skin, so it's more about spreading it and patting it rather than a vigorous rubbing and really getting it to soak in, because what you want to do is try and create a continuous film on the top of the skin.
Ranj, I think as we enter into school sports days now and outdoor sports that kids are playing at school, often they and parents forget, actually, even if it is a bit of a dull day like today, they're out there for 3 hours or so.
Absolutely.
It's important to have that screen.
It's things like my son was playing cricket and I forgot to do the back of his ears when he came home with red ears, and that little bit here where his shirt was open.
That's the thing, we miss out classically, we miss the tops of the ears, nose, back of the neck, that sort of... And even on cloudy days, in the summer, it's important to use sunblock and use the right factor.
OK, Dr Ranj, thank you very much.
Try telling an 11-year-old boy that. I might send you round.
But when he reaches 40... he'll wish he had it. He really will wish he had it.
Thank you, Ranj.
Thank you, Ranj. Thank you very much indeed. We sort of stay on medical matters,
and
sort
children,
of.
sort of. Children to be, because we've got maternity fashion. We've got lots of lovely ladies all expecting, and we're going to show them how to stay stylish. Well, Abby Clancy is straight after the break.